I remember the first time I met my boss. He walked into the office, sharp suit, commanding presence, and this aura that made everyone straighten their backs a little. To me, he represented success, leadership, and everything I thought I wanted to become. From day one, I told myself, I'm going to prove my loyalty to this man. I'll show him that I'm indispensable. And in the first 2 years, it felt like I was right. Those were the most exciting years of my career. He never failed to notice the effort I put into the job. He would call me into his office to say, "Good job." He would involve me in decisions, and it felt like we were partners. In fact, we were so close that some people even gossiped about us dating. We laughed about it, but deep down, I felt proud. I felt chosen. We built the company together from scratch, staying up late, brainstorming, solving problems no one else could. And that made my loyalty to him even stronger. I believed that if I gave my all, if I stayed by his side, it would all pay off one day. Then everything changed. We started having new employees, fresh faces, smiling, eager to impress. At first, I welcomed them. I thought, finally, some help. Finally, people to share the workload. But soon, I realized I was being pushed aside. Suddenly, I became the one who doesn't know how to do anything. Every little thing I did was criticized. If there was a mistake, even one I had nothing to do with, somehow it got traced back to me. It was like living under a microscope. The man who used to praise me, who used to trust me, now saw me as the problem. People in the office started complaining about his bad behavior, the way he shouted at staff, belittled them, but I defended him. I told them, he's just under a lot of pressure. I made excuses for him over and over, even when I started feeling the sting myself. But soon, I couldn't ignore it anymore. When he was supposed to defend me, he blamed me instead. When others lied about me, he believed them. And sometimes, the way he spoke to me, it cut so deep that I would quietly excuse myself, walk into the restroom, lock the door, and cry. He had always joked about how working with women was difficult and how women weren't always smart enough. I laughed it off at first, but over time, I realized he meant it. Even after proving myself 1,000 times over, he still saw me through that lens. When the time came for promotions, I had to beg and plead just to be considered. He never fought for me, never pushed for my growth. I started feeling trapped, loyal to someone who clearly wasn't loyal to me. And then came the moment that broke me completely. I was accused of something I didn't do. It was ridiculous, and deep down, I thought, this is where he steps in. This is where he defends me. This is where he proves that everything I've given wasn't in vain. But he didn't. He stayed silent. He let the accusations stand. And I was suspended, without pay. That day, sitting alone, I realized I had been wrong all along. He didn't care about me. He didn't care about my sacrifices, my loyalty, or my future. He only cared about himself. And in that moment, something inside me died. I decided that this man no longer deserved my loyalty. I didn't care what happened to him, what happened to the company, what challenges he faced. I was done. He is the most selfish and disrespectful person I have ever met. And the day I walk out of that company, he will finally realize what he has lost. But by then, it will be too late. Because once I am gone, he can never have me back. And that is the story of how my blind loyalty turned into freedom. But let me ask you this. If you were in my shoes, with no alternative in hand, no job waiting outside, no safety net, what would you do? Would you keep being loyal, hoping for change, or would you start building your exit plan, even if it means stepping into the unknown? Because here's what I learned, loyalty should be earned, not demanded. And the day you realize your boss doesn't deserve it, that's the day you start taking your power back.